Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise Postgame Show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise Postgame Show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Boise State falls 59-52 in the quarterfinals of the Women's Mountain West Basketball Championships. My name is BJ Rains. As we get the camera situated there, Colin Mitchell, Bronco Nation News, is live in Las Vegas, going to join us in just a couple of minutes. He's interviewing Gordy Presnell and some of the players as we speak. I know it's late. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I know there's a lot going on. I know a lot of folks will be watching this tomorrow or, at some point on Tuesday. But we still wanted to make sure we did a full show and really kind of put a bow on the women's basketball season. And I think they deserve a lot of, praise for going from 8-21 last season to an over 500, 17-16 this season. Significant improvements. Win a first round game in the tournament. You're the number 6 seed. You're, one win away from being the number 3 seed, really. So, they just had a bad matchup, but you're talking about a 7-point game tonight when Boise State lost by 35 in the 2 matchups in the regular season. We talked about it on the pregame show. Boise State lost by 21 points in the first matchup and 15 points just like 5 days ago. And here they are tied at halftime, right there going to the fourth quarter, back and forth game. Really, it came down to a couple of things, one of which was the 18 turnovers. I know it's been a problem all year for Boise State. The women just some sloppy, careless turnovers. They're 3-on-2 breaks where instead of pulling it out and trying to run some offense, they would just try to force the ball down into the paint or make a perfect pass, and just seemed like some bad turnovers at inopportune times, especially down the stretch when Boise State really needed a bucket. A couple of huge turnovers that really hurt them tonight. They won the rebounding margin. They had a huge rebounding edge, 51-32. They had a lot of second chance points tonight, 16 of them. In fact, Boise State grabbed 15 offensive rebounds, 16 second chance points, and it should have been more than that. I mean, I'll wait till we see the shot chart, but I thought Boise State missed a lot of what they call in basketball bunnies, a lot of short shots right around the rim. And then I also thought Boise State missed a lot of wide open shots, a lot of that mid-range from the elbow pull-up jumpers. I thought Boise State had a lot of wide open looks and just could not get them to fall tonight. And, that's basketball. It happens. You have open looks, you don't make them. Boise State shoots just 29.8% from the floor, 17 of 57. They only took 13 threes, which I thought maybe they could have taken a few more of those because they were hitting them early in the game. They go 5 of 13. That's 38%. They did miss 6 free throws as well, 13 of 19 from the foul line, and only 5 assists in this game for Boise State. So, they scored 52 points, and that was actually the most they've scored in 3 games against Colorado State. They had scored 50 in one game, 51 in another, and, 52 tonight. So, overall, obviously a disappointing result, the loss. And I know there's no moral victories in the Mountain West tournament, but based on the previous scores, you thought Boise State was going to get blown out tonight. And they hung in there and made it a game and deserve a lot of credit and praise for what they were able to do tonight to keep this game as close as it was. We do want to hear from you in the ICCU YouTube chat. We're going to hear from Gordy Presnell. We're going to hear from Abby Muse. We're going to hear from Natalie Pasco and then some other players as well. Colin is finishing up some interviews. We'll load those into the system. We got a lot to get to here on the post-game show. And we appreciate those of you that are watching us here at almost 11 p.m., the Bronco Nation News faithful, the diehards, and we always appreciate and can count on you guys no matter what time the broadcast is, win or loss. You guys always jump on the shows. Kurt and Melinda and Sam and the Morales brothers, Jordan, Derek, all you guys, Curtis, really appreciate all you guys, JD, that, always, through win or loss, midnight or 2 p.m., you guys are always on here for these shows, and it does mean a lot to us, and we appreciate you guys for doing that. We'll take a look at some of the comments here. I do want to thank a couple of our sponsors as well. We are broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, 2 for $7, essentially, is what you can get, and it's a great deal. Check them out. Ropaint.com, 15% off. They're offering that special still, 15% off the interior painting of your home. Check it out. ROEpaint.com, and then use the promo code BNN15 for 15% off. Lithia Ford of Boise, as Colin Mitchell makes his way back from the interviews, and he'll get those fired up into the system, and we'll play those for you here shortly. Lithia Ford of Boise is offering to buy your used car. That's right. They want to buy your used vehicle. LithiaFordBoise.com. Come on into their location on Fairview, and they will offer you a cash offer on the spot. So check it out. Lithia Ford of Boise and Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, the easiest in mobile e-branch online banking. So happy the Raines family and Bronco Nation News made the switch. Went into the bank one time. That was to sign up my account. I've never been back in. There's no need. You can do it all from your phone, your laptop. So ICCU.com is the website, and make sure that you check them out, and you will not be disappointed from our friends at Idaho Central Credit Union. Let's take a look at some of the comments that are coming in here. We appreciate all you guys for, again, staying up late with us in the comments. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this as well on Tuesday. But JD says, really good effort by the Broncos. Just too many turnovers to get the win. They have incredible upside. The refs were much better tonight. There was, especially in the first half, I thought there were a couple of questionable push-offs. The one gal just fell down, and they called a push-off for an offensive foul. There was another questionable moving screen. But overall, I think the free throws were 13-19. Boise State actually shot more free throws in the game, and the fouls were 14-14. So I don't think in the end the refs were the difference. Kurt says, had our chances to win the game. Can't wait till next year. We're going to be really good. Melinda Draper, who I believe was at the game. I agree. This team has a lot going on. Let's see. Do you ever notice the refs are better in women's games than men's games? I don't, and I'm not sure if they were. I mean, I thought they let a lot of contact go. So we'll, it is what it is. The refs are the refs. They're not good, regardless of which side you're on, men or women. Sam says defense fought so hard. Offense just couldn't do the job. Hard fought game against a really good team. Definitely something to build on for next year. Colorado State only shot 36%. So you hold Colorado State to 36% shooting and you out-rebound them by 20. You got to think you have a good chance to win the game. But, again, Boise State had those 18 turnovers, which led to 16 points for Colorado State. And Boise State only forced Colorado State into 5 turnovers. So only 5 turnovers for Colorado State, 18 for Boise State. Pretty easy to kind of see right there the difference in the game. We are going to hear from Maya Hansen here shortly, a freshman. She really didn't do much tonight. She had 20 points in the game yesterday, battled foul trouble tonight, and only had 5 points tonight. Did have that 1-3, which brought the Broncos within 2 points, I believe, there with about 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game. You thought maybe they're going to get something going here, but overall, it just really wasn't their night. Kurt Blake asking if Danny Bays even scored tonight. Your answer is no. Rough night for Danny. 0 for 6 from the field, missed both of her 3-point shots and had 2 turnovers as well. So that's a rough one. She did not score, and that certainly was part of it. Jordan says lots to be excited about. Got to get season tickets for next year. The future is very bright. The future is very bright. Great season, Broncos. Brandon, I know you always watch, Brandon. I appreciate you as well. He says, what am I, chopped liver? But they're going to be special next year and years to come. Be shocked based on these great freshmen coming back if they're not picked top 3 in the preseason. I couldn't tell you I know who's returning for every other team in the league, but if you're the 6th seed, you go from 8 wins to 17 and you bring back your entire team potentially, you got a chance to be really, really good. So I think the big thing now for Gordy is to get in that, make sure that nobody leaves. You got to get Abby Muse some NIL deals, get some of these freshmen, keep them happy. And if you can keep this team together for another year, maybe add another piece or two in the transfer portal as well, I think you have a chance to really, really be good. So Colin Mitchell is feeding the interviews back. We'll get his thoughts in a little bit as he continues to feedback the interviews. But we do have his one-on-one interview with Maya Hansen. And let's hear from Maya Hansen after Boise State's season ends with a 59-52 loss to Colorado State.
Well, Maya, obviously a tough game, but how impressed were you with the way your team competed, especially given the first 2 meetings between you guys?
I mean, yeah, we did fight hard the whole game, and I'm proud of how we fought and how we played. But I mean, we just had too many mistakes that they capitalized on. But overall, I am proud of this group, and I'm excited to move forward with them.
And 18 turnovers. And what was it specifically about Colorado State's defense that kind of, I guess, stifled or flustered you guys?
They just like to plug up the middle, which is one thing. We try to work through the middle, and they did a great job. But it was more of our forced turnovers. I mean, they didn't cause a lot of them. It was off of our own mistakes.
I know we're fresh off of year 1, but what was this year like for you, especially given battling the injury, coming back, and having such a successful game last night and a good performance tonight?
I'd say it's a lot of learning moments for sure. I mean, college basketball, coming from that jump from high school to college, it's a big jump, but it took some strides to get back into it and a couple setbacks with injuries and stuff. But overall, I'm glad I have this year under my belt, and I'm excited to move forward.
What did you make of the tournament atmosphere? I mean, the potential of playing 4 days in a row, but even just back-to-back games and in such a big arena.
Oh, this is such a great atmosphere. I mean, this is any basketball player's dream to have that. You love that little bit of pressure that comes with it in any tournament.
And how impressed were you with the other freshmen, and especially moving forward in the next season? How good can you guys really be?
Oh yeah, I'm excited with this freshman group that I'm a part of. Each of us brings an aspect to this team that is unmatchable, I think, to any other team. So I'm excited to move forward and see where it takes us.
And not just, I guess, the turnovers, but overall, just you guys the most you guys scored against Colorado State this season was 52 tonight. What was it about their defense? Is it their pace? Because they run a pretty fast pace on offense. Did they do something on the defensive side of the ball to slow you guys up?
I think it's just in our own head a little bit. I mean, we play our basketball. We try to play theirs a little bit, but we just got to focus on us when it comes to it.
And I guess just final thoughts heading into year 2. What was your experience like this year and moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great year. Got a lot of learning moments, and it's a frustrating end for sure, but we can use that moving into spring, summer, help us improve, and I'm excited to see where it brings us.
Well, there she is, Maya Hansen. Nice game for her. We got Colin Mitchell here as well. We'll get to him in just a second. We'll hear from Gordy Presnell as well. We do want to thank a couple more of our sponsors. The blueandorangestore.com, free shipping. Any order up to $40 online, you get free shipping. You can also get free shipping if you go in and buy the stuff right there at the Blue and Orange store, the Boise Town Square Mall on the second floor. They got all the NIL gear and the coaches' sideline apparel, all that great stuff right there during normal mall hours at the Boise Town Square Mall. Matt Bauscher Real Estate is going to join me on a Wednesday morning for a special live broadcast from Circa Stadium Swim on Wednesday down there in Las Vegas. The number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, BauscherRealEstate.com. No home is too big or too small. Check them out at Bauscher Real Estate. You looking for a dentist? Look no further. BoiseDentistryCo.com. Dr. Chris Miner and his staff, they do a tremendous job. Full family dentistry. Check them out. Find a location near you. There's 5 in the Treasure Valley at BoiseDentistryCo.com. United Commercial Insurance. They make business insurance easy. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. Make sure you check them out. Get more information. Give them a call, 229-8222. Quick call, quick visit to UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Could save you hundreds of dollars when it comes to your business insurance. As I mentioned, we are joined now by the great Colin Mitchell, who is there courtside. Colin, 59-52, Boise State falls to Colorado State, but a much different game than the first 2 meetings against the Rams and Broncos. Yeah,
definitely. They showed a ton of fight, and obviously it didn't end the way they wanted. They finished pretty flat in the fourth quarter. I think they went on a 4+ minute scoring drought to open that quarter, but overall, I was pretty impressed with how they performed, and overall, they did show a lot of fight. Colorado State's a really, really good team, and they held their own for a long time in that game.
Yeah, I mean, tied at the half and right there. And when Maya Hansen hit that three-pointer with about 3 minutes to go, they cut the deficit to 2. You're thinking, okay, and they just couldn't get enough stops down the stretch, a couple and ones. And the Mountain West Player of the Year, I thought, was big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, she was. She stepped up when it mattered most, and I think they held her to 9 points in the first half. So overall, it wasn't like she was scoring much more in the second half or anything, but she showed up when it mattered, and she had that crucial N1 that she missed the free throw, but overall, that was kind of the, I guess, nail in the coffin per se for this game.
It just seemed like this was a very winnable game for Boise State. A lot of easy shots. I thought they missed a lot of like 7, 8, 10 footers that were open. A lot of careless turnovers where they had a chance on like a 3-on-2 break and they try to throw it into traffic or throw it away. I know turnovers have been a problem all season. I guess they just picked a rough night to miss some shots that they would, maybe normally make. But it just seemed like Colorado State, wasn't quite clicking on all cylinders tonight. They were missing some shots. They only shot 36% themselves, but just seemed like Boise State's probably going to be kicking themselves when they go back and watch the film. I thought this was a very winnable game.
Yeah, and between the both teams, I mean, it was Boise State out-rebounding Colorado State by 19, and then Boise State also turning the ball over 18 times that led to 16 points. So it seemed like they were both kind of shooting each other in the foot, and it just happened that Colorado State got hot at the right time. But overall, it was a very competitive game, and I just think the turnovers really, really hurt them. Gordy said in his presser that we'll watch shortly, I think the quote was, "We passed the ball to the other team better than anyone." So I think that showed tonight, unfortunately.
And that really has been a problem all year for Boise State, the turnovers. And again, that fourth quarter, Boise State was right there. I think winning by 1 going to the fourth quarter. And so for them to get outscored 17-9 in the fourth quarter, Boise State shoots just 3 of 15 from the field in the final quarter. Don't know if they ran out of gas, if they just picked a bad quarter to miss some shots. But if you had told Gordy Presnell and this team going earlier today, Colin, that they'd be winning by 1 going into the fourth quarter, they would have taken that all day.
Yeah, no, I think it would have been super, super happy to hear that. And yeah, they hung in there, and it was, I thought, a big thing, as a big, I guess, problem they had was Elodie Lalott was held scoreless along with Danny Bay. So overall, it was, I guess, they're typically a team where everyone kind of steps up, one particular player usually, but it goes in a rotation, and they just didn't have a constant flow tonight. It seemed like they were too reliant on both Pasco and Muse.
Yeah, and I thought Elodie Lalott, she went 0 for 5, and I thought they were all really short, easy shots. She missed 2 or 3 easy bunnies. She had one where somebody was falling out of bounds and gave her a great pass, and she had a wide open layup and rushed it, and she was too far under the basket and got blocked by shot it off the bottom of the rim. There was a couple others where they just were in and rolled out. But not only that, you only got 5 points from Thompson, 5 points from Hansen, who had Hansen had 20 points. Maya Hansen did yesterday, only scores 5 points tonight. So you're talking 10 combined points from Bays, Lalott, Thompson, and Hansen. 4 of your main players combined for 10 points. Just kind of, just one of those nights. I didn't think Colorado State, I didn't think Colorado State's defense, Colin, maybe it was different courtside, but I didn't think it was anything super special. I thought Boise State missed some wide open shots, and I thought they had some really careless turnovers. And a lot of the turnovers I thought were Boise State just throwing the ball to the other team. I didn't think Colorado State was some amazing defensive team, but the stats, I guess, say otherwise.
Yeah, no, the stats do say otherwise, but overall, you're right. It wasn't anything particular, and that's kind of what I was getting at. I probably could have phrased the question a little bit better into terms of just, was there just a lid on the net tonight, or something around those lines, but overall, it just seemed like the shots weren't going in. And to your point about them scoring, Maya finished with 5, but one of her only 3 came with just a couple minutes left in the game. So overall, they really needed that production tonight, and they didn't get it.
Jake Forsyth asks if Colin is heading to Circa. I will be heading to Circa tomorrow, and that is the headquarters for BNN. You'll be there Wednesday for the party, some other broadcasts, but Colin is big time. He's staying at a different property on this trip, but but I am staying at Circa. Look, I will be there all week, and Brandon says, Colin is killing it the last 2 nights. Great interviews and questions. Way to go. Better ask BJ for a raise. Okay, Brandon, well, your pay just went down by him telling him to ask for a raise. So, Kurt says no, because then we'll have to pay more. Brandon says we're already getting a steal with all the great content. So appreciate you guys for going back and forth and saying that stuff. But very nice of you. We are having a good time down here in Las Vegas. I do want to hear from Gordy Presnell, the press conference that Colin basically once again ran by himself. But I do want to quickly mention, if you are in Vegas, come join us at Circa Wednesday. You coming down for the tournament? You're going to be down Wednesday? Come over to Circa. Check it out if you've never been there. The biggest sports book in the world. That's right, 3 levels. It is the largest sports book in the world. We're going to be at Overhang Bar right by the sports book, kind of overlooking the sports book. All kinds of giveaways. I packed about 40 shirts. We got sunglasses. We got koozies. We got rally towels. We got all kinds of great stuff. And that's not even counting free pictures and autographs with Colin Mitchell as well. So it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. And again, if you're in Vegas, come hang out with the Blue Collar Club and Bronco Nation News Wednesday nights ahead of the tournament starting on Thursday. We'll know by Wednesday night who the Broncos play. Abe Jackson's going to be there, so we can talk to Abe maybe and get some little Q&A with the group about whoever they're playing, UNLV or Air Force, and we'll do that Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And while we're inviting you to stuff, come join us for the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament. We got some foursomes left, some whole sponsorships left. We'd love to have you. June 2nd, Timberstone Golf Course. Go to the BroncoNationNews.com website and click on the golf tab. BroncoNationNews.com, click on the golf tab, and you can get more information and register. But don't wait. It is going to sell out rather quickly. And if you're looking for a job, how about TCS, Transportation Compliance Service? Whether it's the big rig on your screen, the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, you name it, Transportation Compliance Service can get you all the permits and things you need to get you out there towing that first load in no time. Get more information. Get signed up. Transcompservice.com. What are you laughing about there, Colin?
We got some guys ripping some of the things, just changing the credentials for tomorrow. I'm trying to help them out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they got the games tomorrow. They're obviously working hard there. It'll be 2 semifinal games tomorrow night. And then the men's tournament will start on Wednesday. So Colin Mitchell gets a free night, off night in Las Vegas tomorrow night. That could be dangerous. But Colin, let's hear the press conference. I'll let you play it on your end. But Gordy Presnell, Abby Muse, Natalie Pasco, I believe, meeting. I want to say meeting with the media, but basically they met with Colin Mitchell after the game. Here is the post-game press conference for Boise State after the loss.
Good game. We played hard. They played hard. We had a tough quarter. Bad time to have a tough quarter in the fourth quarter. Really struggled scoring the ball, but I was really proud of our players' efforts. And that was a great game. They're a good team.
We'll take questions from the student athletes.
Abby, you guys were able to out-rebound them 52-39 tonight. I mean, what, besides obviously the loss, but what went well for you guys on the boards and being able to stay in that game?
I think just being able to use our bodies and our positioning to work hard, because we knew we had an advantage on that front, and we knew we would be able to use that, like you said, to get that rebounding margin.
And Natalie, you were in the first half specifically, you were really slinging it from both behind the arc and also some floaters. What was going well for you tonight? Was it just confidence? Or?
Yeah, I think I just knew we needed to come out strong tonight. And feeding the ball to the post and them getting us wide open shots definitely helped, but just to stay confident throughout the entire game.
18 turnovers tonight. Was there something that Colorado State was doing specifically in order to force those turnovers, or was it
I think we know they're an aggressive team. Sometimes we just made a bad play, but they're a strong team, and it was just a good game overall.
And this being your first year in the tournament, what were your thoughts on how things went, and also moving forward just ahead in your career?
Yeah, I think we came out really strong tonight. We fought the entire game, so I'm really proud of our team, but we'll definitely be ready next year, and we'll be back.
Abby, you're a veteran on a very young team. What was, I guess, your thoughts on how the freshmen performed, both in this tournament and throughout the whole season?
I think they've been awesome this whole year. They've been such great additions to our program, and they're only going to keep growing from here. And I thought they did great for their first tournament as well, because it is daunting to come in here and have it be different and play in Vegas at this tournament.
And for both you guys, how throughout the season you guys started off slow, eventually really caught on as you started to mesh. What were your thoughts on how the season did progress and how much better you guys got throughout?
I think we kind of just grew as a team. Like Coach says, we focus a lot on energy and having enthusiasm through every game. And we kind of just came together and everything clicked, and we started playing better together and just pushing forward to the next game.
Yeah, you can definitely see our chemistry get better and improve throughout the season, and that's just a testament to all of our hard work and our dedication to each other and our program and our coaches.
Any additional questions for the student athletes? All right, please, thank you. We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach.
Gordy, you said last night that the first two meetings between you guys, I think the word was thump you used. How impressed were with how they were able to fight tonight and keep things competitive the whole time?
I thought we were really committed defensively to trying to corral their guards. The three guards are terrific. They're all three transfers that got off the portal, and they've done a nice job with them. And then I thought we rebounded the ball. We only let them have one shot. So those have been two things we've kind of hung our hats on all year. And so that's probably why we're in the game. I thought going into the fourth quarter, I thought we were going to really have a good quarter. We just really struggled scoring the ball.
And the turnover margin was pretty, I guess, big between the two teams. Was there something that they were doing on the defensive side of the ball that flustered you guys?
No, we I said yesterday, we throw it to the other team as well as anyone, and we're going to make a lot of mistakes. We're really young. And then in regard to them, I mean, they have one of the best ball handlers in the whole country. And she's a phenomenal player, most valuable player in our league. And so, but we've got to correct that. If we can score the ball a little bit more and turn the ball over a little bit less, we're really crushing it on the boards. And I think we've improved defensively a lot. But we have to do those other two things, take care of the ball and shoot the ball when we need to be really a good team, and I think we have that chance.
And you guys obviously progressed so much throughout the season. What are your thoughts on how the team did progress, and moving forward in the next season, how good you guys can really be?
That's a great question, actually. I have a lot of optimism about the future of our program. Once again, this is a group of kids that is number 7 in the country in GPA at 3.71, and they just won 8 out of their last 11, something like that. And they're all back if they want to be all back for 2 more years. And so we have a chance to really do some things. Now we got to go to work. We'll give them a couple weeks off, and then we really have to get after it and get better. But I really care about them. I love them, and I'm going to miss them. See them every day. But I think our future is really bright, and I'm really proud of them.
And I already mentioned the turnovers, but in terms of, I think throughout the 3 games, it was 50, 51, and 52 points. What was it that, I guess, Colorado State had your number on that defensive side of the ball throughout the season?
They did a great job of, sagging in on our post play, and we had a hard time establishing post play on the block. And we're traditional compared to most teams. They're not, they spread you out and attack, those quick guards. And so, we've got to do a better job of hitting the critical shots at the right time, and we didn't do that. So something we have to work on and get better at and execute better. And hopefully we'll get better at it, be good next year, hopefully be in a good mood next year at this time.
There he is, Gordy Presnell. Appreciate him for doing the I was gonna say for joining us. He basically did join us because Colin Mitchell was the only media member from Boise in the press conference. It looked like the only media member of for either team in the press conference there with Gordy Presnell and a couple of the players. We bring Colin back on for some final thoughts here. Colin, I guess it's a tough loss. It was closer than some people thought it would be. I told you I didn't think the margin was going to be as big as the 2 other ones were, and I thought they had a real chance going to the fourth quarter to pull this off. They obviously didn't, but it was a hard fought effort, and like you said, you win 8 out of 11 to finish the season. You hang with Colorado State tonight. I think there's a lot of areas they can try to use some momentum to build into the offseason.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to read Brandon's comment here. Were the turnovers the biggest thing in the fourth? No, they really weren't. I just thought that overall, the fact that they did turn the ball over so much early on in the game, they could have had such a substantial lead, which really did change the game. But to your point, I don't think this is like a heart-wrenching loss. And it is. Right now it is for them. But in the grand scheme of things, they're very, very happy moving forward into the future for that team. All the freshmen, I don't know exactly who they have coming in next year, but the fact that they're bringing in or returning just about everyone, I believe, is very, very good for them, and they're going to have a really good year next year.
They did have 6 turnovers, though, in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, that was a big part of the game. I thought that they had a couple chances there to either take the lead or get it, and they'd rush and try to make a bad pass through the middle. And one of the players you talked with, I think Maya Hansen, talked about them clogging up the middle on the turnovers, and they just tried to make too many passes that had to be perfect to work, and they weren't, and they'd get deflected or tipped or stolen. So I did think that 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter obviously was not great, but big picture wise, Colin, as I mentioned, the momentum going into the offseason, 8 of 11, they go from 8 wins to 17 wins, a winning season, the entire team coming back, assuming you can convince them all to stay. I mean, this is in this day and age, you never know what is going to happen with the transfer portal and things like that. But, it was definitely a step in the right direction. Maybe not the season Gordy, wanted in terms of wanted to win the tournament or get first place, obviously. But when I think a couple weeks from now, when Gordy's able to take a deep breath and look back on the season, there were a lot of positives, and I think a lot of positives moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think it was a huge learning curve season. They won 8 out of their last 11 games. So they finished super, super strong. And with the way they started, I don't want to say they were down in the dumps, but they were learning, and they were really getting the feel of D1 college basketball. And now they're really, really starting to mesh, and they have a very, very bright future ahead.
As Kurt does say, and we mentioned everybody comes back, so it could be huge for them. So we will have our morning show tomorrow. Jay Tust will join me. I'll be here in Boise tomorrow morning. We'll have Jay Tust at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and then I will hurry over to the airport and join Colin in Las Vegas tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and hopefully Saturday, if they're in the championship game, we will have live shows from Circa, Stadium Swim, the Sportsbook, but we are going to push the shows back 1 hour each day. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, programming note, 10 a.m. in Boise, 9 a.m. Pacific time will be the start times in Las Vegas, 9 a.m. in Vegas, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So make sure you have full coverage of the tournament, and hopefully you will make plans 10 a.m. in Boise on Wednesday. I'll be live out by the pool. Didn't we get you to jump in the pool last year, I think, at some point during one of the shows?
I was swimming in the pool. I don't know if I jumped in, but
okay.
I was definitely taking a dip. It was nice in there.
We may have to see if we can do that again, maybe on Thursday or something. If we we'll see. But yeah, I think that was a big hit, if I remember right. That we need you to do a cannonball or something on live social media this time. We'll see. But Wednesday will be at Circa Stadium Swim. Friday, I think it's Stadium Swim. Thursday will be at the Sportsbook. I think we will have a BNN Cabana Wednesday and Friday if folks want to come pay the $20 or whatever and get in. If you're not staying at Stadium Swim, I know we have a lot of people staying at the D. There's some at Circa. You guys get in for free, so come find us. We'll be there on Wednesday and Friday. Kurt says no Speedos, Colin, this time, but well, I don't think that's going to be a problem, Kurt. Don't worry. But looking forward. It was a fun couple of days already, Colin, with getting 2 games in for the women. One last night, and obviously hung tough tonight. So it's been a fun couple of days already. And I'll get down there tomorrow and join you. And then we'll have full coverage, as I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and hopefully Saturday if Boise State is in the championship game. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. Check Colin's story, which will be posted shortly at BroncoNationNews.com. He's killing it down there with all of his coverage, and so we appreciate that. And then, as I said, Jay Tust and I, 9 a.m. tomorrow, we will get you set for the men's tournament. Turn the page there. That starts on Wednesday. So thank you so much. Go subscribe. $70 for a whole year. We'd love to have you. $70 gets you all kinds of great access, or $6.99 a month if you'd prefer. Tell your friends. While you're at it, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Hit that like button at the bottom of the page. It's free. It's easy. It only takes a couple of seconds, and we would love to have you join our YouTube channel. So, again, 59-52. The Boise State women fall to Colorado State. Their season ends with a 17-16 record, but much improvement from the 8-21 of a year ago. So he's Colin Mitchell. I'm BJ Rains. We appreciate you checking out the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show. Thank you to rowpaint.com. Lithia, Florida, Boise, and, of course, Idaho Central Credit Union, our road trip sponsor as well. Hope you have a great rest of your evening or Tuesday, which many of you are probably watching this on Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. But Jay Tust, and myself, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and then full coverage starting Wednesday at 10 from Vegas. Check us out, Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com.